is
Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Wippa.
Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to the Fitzy and Wippa podcast. Why is it a pod?
Because you listen to it in a small group. I got no idea. Tommy Phil said, why is it a podcast again?
Because you used to play it on your iPod.
That's right. Wow, podcast.
Oh, well, they've been phased out, the old podcast.
Yeah.
So what, they need to change that,
Kazoo.
man.
Well, that's the thing. I've got the Hawaii as well.
Huawei.
Huawei. It's the phone that I use, so I listen to it on my Huawei.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Huawei as well with the family.
No, that's a Y.
Honolulu.
Different thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. One's a tech brand.
So sorry. Hey, we're talking share houses today, and share houses with plenty of pigs in them. You know what I mean?
Aren't they all?
If you've got any shocking share house stories, get involved. But here's the podcast.
Fitzy and Wippa.
Leno, I need some appropriate music. Something that says sort of love, something that says thank God, and something that says we're back together again. Hello, I'm Peter. Nice to meet you. This is such a great story. Jaw-dropping, this story's been described
Just give it
as.
to us.
This is a guy by the name of Ben Ford. Not Ben Fordham. Not Ben
Fordo.
Fordham at 2GB.
This is a beautiful story, Fordo.
Nothing to... Maybe it is about Fordo. I don't know, but I've met his wife, so I'd be quite confused if this was about Ben Fordham and the name had been trimmed for the story. Emotional. Ben, when he was born, was put up for adoption. And he moved, obviously, out of the family home and he was adopted to another family. At the age of 32, Ben decided there was one thing that he needed to know. Who was his biological mum? I mean, if you were adopted out, you would think it would play on your mind. I would love to one day see and understand and get to know my biological parents.
Just to see the similarities, you know what I
The
mean?
girl
Just
I
to-
went through school with, she tracked down her mum over in Chile when she was in her 20s. Yeah, she really wanted to see
Huge
exactly
moment.
that, where she came from. Yeah, absolutely life-changing.
God, it's like Find My Family. This story is like Find My Family without Chrissy Swan. Chrissy wasn't there at the time, and I'm not sure anybody was recording. Ben finally tracked down his mum, Kim. She's 51, he's 32. And over 30 years ago, when he was given up, he thought, this is the moment, I can't believe this. Knocked on the door. The moment happened. Thank you, mate, if you could do all sound effects for the next 3 minutes.
Hey, housekeeping.
Knocked on the door. It wasn't housekeeping. Opened the door. Straight out of Ben's mouth, as you would. Are you my mother?
Oh, mummy.
Emotion.
Emotion poured.
Yes.
Absolutely flooded the doorsteps. Became dangerously slippery. There were so many tears. She said, I am. And he could see, you're right, Fitz, the similarities in each other's face, the smile, the eyes, the head. He walked inside, they sat down. She said, I was wondering if this moment would ever happen. They celebrated.
Celebrated or celebrated?
They salivated.
They salivated.
Yeah, they salivated and celebrated.
Pop the bubbly.
They did, says. They actually got out a bottle of champagne, it says here in the story.
Fair enough.
They got out a bottle of champagne and the pair started drinking. It was about an hour. Sorry, Fitzy's doing the sound effects. Sorry, I just jumped
that
in there,
was
Leno.
me.
Oh, that was you.
Very good at that.
Amazing.
My God. It was at that.
I'll do it again. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Wow. You
Nailed
did
it.
that really well, mate.
Yeah. It hurts my throat, though.
About an hour after they'd moved on to the second bottle of champagne, something unexpected happened. The pair shared a kiss. It wasn't a kiss on the cheek. It was a kiss on the lips with an open mouth and a tongue.
Give me a break. This is Fordo, is it?
No, not Ben Fordham. No, what I'm saying, I said
Good
that
disclaimer.
earlier. No Ben Fordham, no Chrissy Swan. Leave them out. His name is Ben Ford. Before long, the couple's fondness for each other developed into a incestual lust,
Oh, stop it.
and the mother and son began getting it on. Leno, pick up the tempo.
Is
when I
this
say,
from like a
getting it
Jerry Springer episode?
on. Yeah. Eventually, Ben was forced to confess to his wife,
Oh, that's disgusting.
sorry, I've found someone else. Who are you leaving me for? Is it my best friend? Nah, it's me mum.
Yeah.
She's a cracker in the sack.
Oh, all right, mate.
What website did you find this on?
They were forced into hiding their sexual relationship
Of course they
because
were.
it was illegal, says, in the state of Michigan. They could do 15 years in prison, but how can you stop the love between a mother and a son? I'll tell you what, I've never done that with my mum.
That's abandonment
God.
issues right there.
I have.
Tommy,
Different. She only calls you my boy. You're not really.
many people came out and said, this is disgusting, lock them up. Another person said you can't control love. Feelings are feelings. It's not incest.
Yes,
It's
it
just
is.
strong feelings.
That is.
He came out and said we're like peas in a pod.
Yeah, well,
We're
you
meant
were
to
at
be
one
together.
point.
Well, you were, because you came out. Now you're going back in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yuck.
that's a low
Tommy,
point.
should we do? Am I the only one?
No.
What?
It's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else
Don't call.
getting it
for
on
that.
with their mum?
Oh.
Gross.
The couple have not been arrested to date.
Is it against the law?
Yeah, it is where they're from.
Right.
Middle
Michigan.
America.
Middle America packed in.
Yeah.
This is absolutely disgusting.
Is no one concerned about their mental health?
7.9 billion people in this world, and you choose your own mother.
Oh, no.
Who chose who, though? Did the mum choose the son, or did the son choose the mum?
Well, she should know better.
Well, that bottle of shit. You got any more champagne on you, mate?
Who made who? Have you got ACDC?
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, how did you
That
talk
really
and make that sound?
hurts my cheek.
Yeah,
when
you
I
do it
that.
so well. Thanks very much for your sound effects this morning. What a beautiful love story.
Ever felt like a holiday after your holiday?
Plan your getaway now and make up for missed holidays with whatif.com.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable so you can book with confidence.
Booking cancellation windows apply. What if? It's Aussie for travel. Love to know how bad the share house was that you lived in. Often when you get out of the family nest, you hook up with a few mates, you go and find somewhere cheap and easy, nice and convenient, and then you turn the place into an entire dump until the real estate agent kicks you out.
It's
It's
one
roughly
of,
how it goes.
It is one of the greatest. It's so funny because you go from that. That's some of the greatest years of your life.
Oh, you learn a lot.
You don't have any stress in your life, no real responsibility. You're having a great time with your friends every day. You know what? You can wake up hungover and go to work and everything was fine. You would just back up really easy. But then it's so funny, the difference that when you do actually live by yourself,
Yep.
then you learn how good it is to actually live by
Yeah,
yourself.
you don't have to wake up to a case of beer that's just scattered across your lounge room every day.
Yeah.
You know, the one I lived in, it was, we had maybe 5 people living in the house. The couch that we found on the side of the road, it had fleas in it, for sure. Like, you'd be itching within minutes on sitting on this thing. Tommy, you came over and saw this floral couch, which was just disgusting. It then had, like, there was empty beer bottles every day, everywhere.
Yeah.
And then had sort of a broken old plastic setting out in the backyard. And the place was just trashed. Like, the carpet was ripped in the hallway. I don't know how they let us live there. I mean, it got so ugly, we decided to throw a party with everybody living there. It was called Swine Fest. And we had a pig on the spit. But I remember getting home one day. It had like one of those porno sunken baths. So at ground level, it then dropped down into this hot tub, which was also the shower. And I remember going in there one day, and this was on the day of the party, and there was a 70-kilo pig that was just tied up in the bath,
Who tied
in the
you
shower.
up?
Far out. Did
Sorry,
it
mate?
hurt? How long
Would
were
have
you
been the
tied
best
up?
way
I was
you
tied up
had.
for quite a long time until they put an apple
Any
in my
marks
mouth.
on your wrists and
No,
your,
but
your ankles?
I'll tell you what, that rod that they put... Anyway...
Great feed.
Yeah, great feed. And the food was good, mate. But Swinefest is an ugly theme, and everyone turned up in sort of medieval before they just started eating with their hands off the pig that rotated in the backyard.
What, I had sword fights and stuff.
No, not really sword fights. There was an old
Medieval
boat.
theme. I love
There
that.
was an old boat that was an esky in the backyard, and it was just disgusting. The whole thing was disgusting.
Come on, an old boat. She was a 40-foot.
It was a 40-foot
Wild
sun-
oats is
40-foot
just in the
sunset.
backyard on a tilt. Someone throw some beer in her.
That was not the case.
Twiggy Forest rocks up. G'day, boys. I'm just getting rid of this old boat.
Sorry, I'm late. This is a house in Marrickville. The ad's gone out, guys. 2 rooms available for refurbishment. Have a look at it. It's sort of a warehouse look, guys. It says that it does come with a gaming lounge and a library and a home cinema, which is great. 6 people already live there, and they're looking for a chilled folk to move in.
I'd love to live in a warehouse. I always loved how you had that loft up the top.
Yeah, one of the lofts.
But see, the thing is, with a loft, there's no walls there. So when you go to bed, if people are still up watching television,
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
getting any peace.
No,
of
not
mind.
at all.
And what about the ceiling? Just before that shot, that was like that would be like a sweatbox in
Yeah,
summer.
it'd be
That
hot.
wasn't a sealed roof,
Well,
was it?
says that's described in the ad as a makeshift skylight, and obviously you've got exposed plumbing and wall framing. So look, it's a fairly fairly raw look, but for $650 you can have that lofty apartment, and they're looking to max it out and have 10 people in there.
Yeah,
Looks
you
like
could
a-
fit 10.
It looks like a nightclub.
It
Yeah,
does a
looks
bit.
terrible.
The place we rented in Bathurst one of the years when
here we
moved
go.
off campus was $50 a week, and the asbestos was hanging out of the roof. And Mum came up to visit. I remember we'd been there a few weeks, and you'd catch mice in the kitchen all the time, and there would be asbestos. And she said, "So I don't know if you can live here." And then I had girlfriends come stay, and they refused to shower. They said, "Is there a public toilet nearby to be cleaner than this bathroom?"
Oh, man.
I was
And
like,
you know what we always had too, which was so disgusting? It was a bowl. And these guys that I lived with, they were like young doctors. But on the carpet in the lounge room, there was just a bowl of cigarette butts.
Yeah.
So they'd smoke inside. But on a positive, if you woke up hungover, they would just hardline your vein with the old drip and hang it off the hinge on the door. And you'd get your fluids back. That was the only upside. The rest of it was a disgrace.
Daniel and the Oaks, what is your share house disaster story, Dan?
I was about 18, 19, and I lived with a group of 12 people, two-storey house.
Yep.
And I'm a clean freak, so it didn't really work out too great for me. But when you go on holiday, you come back to mouldy clothes,
yeah.
plates all over the bench, all over the floor.
Was
You'd
it?
have pizza boxes just growing.
Yep. To the roof, mate. How long did you live there for, Daniel?
I was there for about 2 years. I went, nah, can't handle it.
Did you cook for yourself, Daniel, or did everyone cook up a big stew for everybody else, or was it all in?
Look, in the end, I just went out and had dinner every night myself.
That's the thing, you end up removing yourself. I reckon the breaking point for me in the share house that I was living in was there was a guy there with a really big beard, and he one time said to me, "Oh, mate, by the way, if you don't mind, I didn't have any clean undies. I borrowed a pair of yours from your room."
Man Mountain.
No, it wasn't Man Mountain. Certainly wasn't Man Mountain. Bedroom for rent, guys. Marrickville, $650 a month. You'll be one of 10 people living in a warehouse. Unfortunately, there's a makeshift skylight, exposed plumbing and wall frames. But that's shared living style, guys. You get in there and you have a crack. It's filthy, it's dirty. Donna in Padstow Heights, what was the horror story from your shared house experience?
Oh, good morning, guys. I had to go between houses. This was between when I was 18 and 19, and my sister said, yes, move into our apartment with her girlfriends. I had to pull up the mattress on the floor, and it wasn't too bad at first, but then one night I woke up and I could see a trail of cockroaches next to my face, like marching side by side. I thought, that's it, I've got to get out of here. I've just got to get out of here. Cockroach infested. Oh.
That's the problem with having a mattress on the floor, isn't it? I mean, even Bear Grylls will tell you never sleep on the floor.
I used to love sleeping on the floor.
Did you? Just a mattress?
Hard getting up in the morning.
Really
you would
hard.
fall over a couple of times. Keelan from Kirrawee, what's your share house disaster, Keelan?
Hey guys, how you going?
Good, Keelan.
A couple of things. So the first off was I'm an IT technician, and I was doing fly in, fly out. And I came back to my best friend's place where I was living, and as soon as I walked into the door, they changed the internet password, acting like they didn't know. But I know exactly when and what password it was, because that's what I do for a job.
Yeah. Right.
And they kept on changing it, still expecting me to pay the bill, even though they were taking it off. And they said, it's Telstra, I don't know why, even though we were with Optus. And they'll be sitting in the lounge room watching Netflix, using the internet. And then what ended it for me was I asked for about 12 months if it's okay for a dog, and they said yes every time. But this time I actually meant it. So I bought the dog, and I got a 3-page message on my way home saying I can't have the dog.
Oh, you're kidding me.
That's what I mean, Keelan.
So, Keelan, you're obviously watching quite a bit of explicit material if they're changing the password all the time, Keelan.
Don't look at Keelan's search history.
Well, it's good to know that Keelan can get into a password, though.
Oh, my God,
hey,
Keelan
stay on
over.
the line, we'll get your details, Keelan. Jerome from Campertown, what's your share house disaster story?
Yeah, morning, guys. So it was I got to Australia about 5 years ago, just off the back end of backpacking. So I thought I knew what crappy living conditions were like with all those hostels. But we stayed in my mate and I shared a bed for $50 in Bondi the first night.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're not doing that again.
No.
What
happened? We found this dive in Bondi. It was under a fruit shop. The apartment had no windows. We basically lived in a shack strapped to the front, and the doorway wasn't connected to the floor, so you just shake the doorway. yeah, we started naming the spiders. The black mold had a funky name.
Oh.
And I think the worst part, one night I woke up, something kind of like wriggling in my hand, and turned over, and a cockroach had just kind of tucked itself into the bed in my fist.
Welcome to Sydney, Jerome.
Yeah, it was a good start.
Jerome, did you grab yourself an apple on the way out, like up in the fruit and veg shop? Were they pretty friendly?
No, Tony was a tough cookie, to be honest. But we were lucky to get up post.
Tony the fruit man. You know, the other thing too, Jerome, really hard when you're out and about and you're wanting to meet a couple of local Sydney girls and say, why don't you come back to my place?
Yeah, especially when you're sharing with your mate.
Yeah.
You've got some adventurous people coming along.
There'd be so many of those places in Bondi. People just want to be in Bondi.
Don't know. Whatever it costs.
Down the beach.
Oh, $50, mate. Great deal.
Now we've got to go home.
You guys ready?
Let me sing that song.
Song for your Tuesday morning on what is not a bad looking day at the moment. Yes, there was rain overnight, but right now it's not too bad, guys. So lift your chin, head up. Let's get into songs as we stream live on the Fitzy and Wippa Facebook page. This is the first round, and you cannot go out. The word I'm going to give you guys, are we ready to play?
Yeah.
Is rain.
Rain, go away, come again another day.
Oh, okay, nursery
Madonna.
rhymes.
Rain, feel it on my fingertips.
I love that
Feel it
song.
on the
really good
window
song.
pane. Yeah, good song.
Rain on Me by Lady
Gaga, Rain on Me. Could have gone with November Rain.
Yeah.
Set fire to the rain.
Oh, it's great.
Fire, as your wife thought, to Lorraine.
Yeah, set fire
Have
to
you
the
done Raindrops Keep Falling on My
head. Really good work, guys. Fast answers and sang a little bit for us as well, so a treat for the listener. Says you've been asked by management not to sing, I will remind you.
No, but I think they're in Brisbane this week.
Okay, good news. The word is, you can go out this round, the word is start.
Start Me Up by Rolling Stones.
Right.
You got to start me up, yo!
Start. Dua Lipa has it. Oh, that's Don't Stop Now.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Don't start now. You're right.
Is it Don't Start Now?
Yeah,
Dua
Tom,
Lipa.
well
Yeah.
done.
Don't stop now, isn't it?
Or don't start now.
I don't know. We didn't start the fire.
Oh, Sarah, straight through. With a little Billy
We're
Joel.
allowed to get help.
No, she wasn't getting help.
Don't come.
Yeah, that's Don't Start Now, Tommy. Don't question that. What a great song. Oh, Tommy's done the door knock as well.
Actually, we should play some Dua Lipa soon.
Can we go into that song out of Songs to Song, Tom?
Yeah, good song.
Thanks,
Why
then I
not?
play that.
Why not?
Don't worry about the music.
Really well done.
Here we go. Everyone is through to round 3. The word is another.
Another one bites the dust.
Ryan James is quick today. Ryan
Another
James.
one bites the dust.
Stop it, Fitzy.
And another one down.
Any song by DJ Khaled, another one. Because he says that all the time. Does that work?
It's not
It's
a
in-
lyric,
Another brick in the wall.
Tom. Oh, yes,
Another
sir.
brick
Thank you.
in the wall. Tommy, I'm going to let you through on that.
Thank you.
It's in the song.
All
Yeah,
in
we heard
all,
you.
it's just
Could have gone with
brick in the
the
wall.
Bangles. Another Manic Monday, guys. Oh, Another Day in Paradise. Phil
yeah.
Collins.
We don't need
Okay, mate. Paradise. All right, we got
Lots of people playing on Facebook, including Danuta Whipley, who said "Another Chance for Love." Now, I'm not sure if that's a song or perhaps a question mark for you, Whit, but
Thank you
another
much,
chance.
Danuta,
love.
for tuning in on behalf of the family or extended family or just someone with the same last name. I appreciate your support, Danuta. How do you doota? The word is
Send no, doesn't matter.
Sendanuta.
No.
Oh, this is...
The word is mama.
Mamma mia. Mama.
Spice Girls.
Go on.
Mama, I love you.
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
On their
sure.
original album.
I don't know that one.
Track number 6.
Okay, I like the Spice Girls.
Your
Papas and the mamas.
wedding waltz with "Hey Mama," I think it was by the Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed Peas. No, certainly not my wedding waltz. Thank you, Tom. You're through to the next round. Well done, everybody. Ryan has been very, very quick this morning. It's ticking over, mate. Well done. Your brain is on.
I feel so amazing.
As everybody moves through to round 5. Good luck. The word is try.
I try Messi Great.
Want to
wow.
try. Delta Goodrum.
Well done.
Gotta get up and try, and try.
I hate
Oh, the beautiful pink. The beautiful
Well
pink.
done, Tom.
We should play Born Pink on Nova.
I don't think
Sorry, Dua Lipa's up
we
next. Sorry.
should. Yeah, we've already locked that song away. Guys, you're really flying, really strong
So
here as we
Wip's
move on
is
to...
running out.
Yep, we're moving on to round 6 with 3 team members still playing. All right, the word is... outer.
Outer.
You're like outer.
Outer.
Be something about
Out of the
outcasts.
way. There was a song called Out of the Way by the Vines.
Was there?
That's a great song.
Okay.
Gotta get out of here.
Outer.
Get out of here.
We gotta get out of this place.
Thomas Brian Ivy. If it's the last
Happy to help you.
ever do.
Yeah, now I'm done.
Says you got anything, Sarah's gone.
Sarah.
We thank you.
Highway robbery, Tom. Don't give me the bird.
We haven't played the Animals for a while. I don't play a song for the Animals, Tommy.
No, I got Dua Lipa next. Sorry.
That's so true. Fitz, what did you go with then?
Out of the Way by the Vines.
Yeah.
Okay, could have gone straight out of Compton.
I had that in my head, and then I thought that was just a group, though. Not
All right.
Ice Cube from a band
Okay.
called...
All right. Well done, Leno.
Pull the trigger and...
Mate, that's what I do at home when I'm listening to Kanye, or I'm coughing over the top of words. Here we go. We're down to Fitzy and Thomas Brian Ivy. The word is another.
Another one.
You did that one
Did we do
already.
that one? Sorry.
Say another brick in the wall over
Here we go.
Oh, let's just.
Oh,
Another day in
making
paradise.
sure you are tuned in. All right, here we go.
You're really going to confuse Danuta,
Oh,
mate.
Danuta's going to quit. She'll never play again. That's good. Here we go. The word is listen.
Listen.
Oh, it's ironic.
Listen to
your heart. Okay.
Tommy got it.
Sarah, why would you
Listen.
give both of them the
I
answer?
was coughing
I
because I
saw,
wanted to see
mate.
who said it faster.
Listen. Ooh, do
you want to know a
secret? Ooh,
All right.
you promise not to tell?
Oh.
Closer.
Okay. The
Sorry.
next word is, they're both through. This is killing us. The word is locked.
Locked.
Locked out of heaven, Brynner Musk.
Good.
Oh, locked.
Thomas. Locked. As a stronghold. Going once. Going twice. Could it be sold?
Sha-la-la-la.
Thomas Brian Ivy with the word locked as he taken it
love
out
is
in
locked.
round
Locked.
8, the longest round we've ever had for songs to song. Well done, Tommy!
Your heart is locked.
Well done, buddy. Tommy, the huge Bruno Mars fan.
Hey, I want to know how long you've been working at the same company for.
Yeah.
To get to your long service leave 10 years is not a bad effort. I mean, that's what we all
What do you get
strive
again?
for.
Like you hit 10, what do you get? What's your sabbatical?
Is
3
that
months?
3 months?
Do you get
Two.
2
Two in New South Wales. I think it's 3 in Victoria.
so only 8 weeks extra
Yeah.
leave, do you?
Sorry, Fitz.
Do you then, when you get to 20, do you get another?
You'd think so.
Go again.
What,
You
another
go
2
again.
months?
Yeah. Yep.
What if you're Walter Orthman, Tom? He's 100 years of age. He's been at the same company in Brazil for 84 years.
Oh my God, Walt, how long do you want off?
Mate, that is unbelievable.
He hasn't got enough time in his life, I would assume, to take the amount of time off he's owed.
On the 17th of January 1938, Walter Orthman started work as a shipping assistant when he was 15 years of age. He was told to leave school, Sarah, from the family because they needed money. They didn't have any money. So he started at a company called Renault View, okay? And
Good on you, Walt.
he was enthusiastic. When it came to learning, he wanted to learn all about the company, worked his way up, and he has been there for 84 years. Take your long service leave, Walt.
Do you know
Get
what
out
he
of there.
does there, Fitz? Like, what's his role? Is he an admin man? Is he on the
He's a
shipping yard?
receptionist. He's been a receptionist the whole time.
Hello, Walter speaking.
He's worked his way up in the shipping yard. Yeah, he was in the shipping yard originally, but now he's in the office. Shortly after, he was promoted to a position in sales. Then he became a successful sales manager, and he's been there ever since. And I think he's half asleep most of the
Well, he's
time
part
now.
of
He's
the-
100 years of age.
He's part of the furniture.
It's just brilliant. You know, one man who has been, oh my gosh,
What, someone can beat 84 years.
No one can beat 84 years, but I reckon this man could get there at Channel 9. It's our good friend Richard Wilkins. He's celebrating 35 years.
Dickie!
Morning.
35 years at Channel 9.
Yeah, and they said it wouldn't last, eh? No, it's, my dad, came from an era when he always said to me, just get a job you like and do your best, and, there you go. And he was at BP, the petrol company, for 30 years. We used to get up on a Saturday morning and go and wash the company car for him, and there was we had great respect for that. I still buy BP petrol, by the way. But 35 years, no 2 days have ever been the same, which has been a constant joy for me working.
Do you remember your first day, Dickie?
Well, I do, as a matter of fact. It was April the 16th, 1987. It was the day that MTV started.
Yes.
Because MTV used to be on Channel 9.
Yeah.
Mr. Packer went over there and bought MTV.
That's right. You bought it to
Planned
Australia.
on playing it through the wee small hours, and then we started doing our own thing, which was 3 hours live to air on a Friday and Saturday night. It was fantastic. So I guess, my job has evolved and changed over the years, but it's been terrific.
Could you see yourself? I mean, to break this record or equal it, it's another 49 years, 50 years at Channel 9. I mean, could you be on the couch in another 50 years, Dickie?
I shan't be spending another 49 years. Sorry to disappoint the viewers, but no. What's his name? That old fellow.
Walter Orfman is his name. Yes.
Good on him. Yeah, no, he's got that one to himself.
It's a beautiful. And Dickie, 35 years. You're celebrating this Friday night. Is that correct? A couple of drinks.
I'm having. Yeah, thanks for putting the word out. Not everyone's invited, but thanks anyway. We're having a couple of drinks with a few people who have been significant along the way. I've worked with a lot of different people over the years. Some lovely, great people, and I consider myself very lucky.
And how many written warnings have you had in that 35 years, Dickie?
Oh, just the ones that you were involved with.
Okay. Good to get a mention.
Channel 9's been very good to me. I've been very loyal to Channel 9. I've had a couple of options along the way, but 9's been good to me. I've been, compensated accordingly. Everyone's. The ex-wives have all got nice houses. The kids all went to good schools. It's been good,
Hey, Dickie, there's got to be another show in you. Like, what's the next show? Is there another music show you could possibly do, or what's in the back of your mind?
We're working on a couple of ideas. Funny you should mention that. When I need the publicity, I'll give you a call. But yeah, we've got a couple of ideas.
Dickie, would you consider SAS or something like that, or a Survivor?
No.
Love Island?
No.
The Bachelor.
David Gingell once said to me, "Mate, I'll give you." I won't mention the amount of money, but a lot of zeros. If you do Celebrity Married at First Sight.
I would pay to watch that.
Yeah.
Hey, Dickie, just quickly, drinks on Friday night. Should we meet around the pool that has a permit or the one that doesn't?
I've got to go. See you, boys. Don't know what you're talking about.
We were talking about calling 000 yesterday, Fitz, and the mad reasons people call 000.
Got an update on BJ later on as well. She got a phone call yesterday.
Is she okay?
She had to go to the cops.
Oh, good. She works for the police now. She should work full-time as a police officer.
They're taking her seriously now.
Yeah, she is.
Awesome.
You know what? She needs a badge.
And a baton.
Could you get her an outfit too, mate, just so she can get around the streets? Unofficial police officer.
Undercover.
In the Balmain area.
Yeah.
A list has come out of the phone calls that the police have received. When I say police, I mean 000, so it could be police, fire or ambulance. How ridiculous for some of the calls that they get. One person called to say, I've got a hole in my fence. That's a security issue. Could you please add my bucket? Could you send someone to fix the hole in the fence? This is not our job, guys. Please don't call. Another one apparently called to say, hey, where do we find these rat tests?
Oh, gosh.
Can you imagine calling 000 for this?
Unfortunately, there are people out there that don't know this stuff.
No.
They don't.
For emergencies. One guy called and said it's an emergency. I'm having a party and I can't work out how to use Spotify.
See, the other thing I was thinking about the other day is that if you go to the airport now, if you are these people, right, and you're not reading the news or anything like that, it's unbelievable. These people are rocking up to the airport and going, I didn't know that we had to go get vaccinated or we had to do this before we got on the plane. And they've got everything packed there to go see a family in another state or across the other side of the world, and they've got no idea what they have to do.
Another one called and said, at what point can you tell me, is it okay to call an ex? It's not a relationship helpline, guys. This is 000. This is emergencies.
Who would you ring for a problem like that?
Sarah.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'll give Sarah's a call. Sarah's got relationship issues.
Actually, I am your 000. Remember when you called me because you couldn't find the Blue Mountains? And I was like, you're in a Range Rover, mate. You got a GPS. My Mazda doesn't even connect to my phone. But how am I finding it for you?
I had an ingrown hair on my bum. It was completely different.
Call.
Oh, that was your sister. One rang and said, I can't sleep. Guys, help me out here. This is an emergency. I've got a big day tomorrow. Another one called. Tell me if this is an emergency. Oh, I suppose this is an emergency. It's on the list. But someone, and this has happened to me too, I ended up in all sorts of trouble at a 21st. One time I rang Mum and said, can you come and get me? There's been an accident. But I did my fly up too quickly. Did the zip on my fly up when I hadn't packed the boot properly. And
Franks and beans.
Yeah.
And you called your mum for that?
Yeah, I had to go home.
But didn't you just get a friend to rip it down?
No, it was more the fact that there was a bit of a cut there, says. Unfortunately, I'd really ripped it up. I was probably 6 cans in and didn't tuck it away quick enough, and bang!
Do you put a Band-Aid on that region?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
We got a bleeder.
The weird thing was, I was 21 at the time, and getting home, obviously Mum knew what had happened, and then she wanted to help out with the Band-Aid. It's got nothing to do with the previous story I just told.
Why didn't you just get in a taxi?
I didn't think about
You
it.
were 21.
No, Mum was around the corner. Wasn't far from home.
Mummy, I've got my willy toys in the zipper. Could you come get me? Mike, you're 21. You don't live at home
Says I could
anymore.
hardly walk. You don't understand the damage and the danger and the feeling. It takes your breath away.
Mummy, I've done it again.
Mummy, you wouldn't believe it. My sausage is caught.
That
Okay, well, I didn't sound
live
like that.
sound effects.
That's horrible.
Well done, Fitz. That was really, really good. Have you heard about this, guys? It's called a golden passport. Now, some countries will do it, but if you want to become a citizen, all you have to do is stick your hand into the pocket as far as it can go, and you can actually buy a passport to live in that country as citizenship. Extraordinary.
It's got to be ridiculous.
It ranges from $1.1 million in Malta. If you want to go and live there, you can become a citizen of Malta.
Oh, is that all?
To $9.5 million. Leno, this is you. You wanted to move to Austria.
Yeah, 9.5.
You need 9.5 if you want to
Right.
be a citizen over there. So that's not a bad idea.
That's probably a 2-bedroom unit here in Sydney,
I would
suppose,
say
isn't
so,
it?
yeah, down in
Why
Bondi.
do you want to go to Austria?
Well,
Sound a music fan?
Whip just asked, and I just said a
said yes.
country, and here we
Fair
are.
enough.
yeah, and here we are. What I like about this is because you've got wealthy Americans that are panicking about where the world is going. And they're calling it a plan B. We need a plan B, guys. What happens if things fall apart in this country? The recent uptick in people applying for passports and golden passports to move overseas tripled when the Trump administration came into power. Everybody went, I think we want to move from here, guys. Where can we go? What have I got to do? So the wealthy billionaires said, let's just go and buy passports. You can buy one and move to New Zealand for $6.5 million.
Didn't know New Zealand was on board. Is Australia?
No, Australia's not on board. Tighter here. But in New Zealand, you then have to buy land, and then you have to spend X amount into the economy over the following 3 years for when you first move there.
It's pretty smart. I mean, 6.5 mil off the bat. That's a good injection.
Isn't there, in Queenstown, I got told there's like Google executives and Facebook executives.
Bay of Islands.
Mate, there's heaps
It's
of...
all American billionaires. And they're building bunkers.
The half of his Silicon Valley have a beach house or a holiday home in Queenstown, New
Really?
Zealand.
It's extraordinary.
They watch The Hobbit.
They did the Hobbit tour and thought, this is so great. Can I buy a house in the ground? And they went, well, we can do bunkers. And they went, great.
Oh
it's
my
a bomb-proof.
God, that
Even better.
looks amazing, that landscape. I wonder where that is. Well, that's near Queenstown in New Zealand. Straight onto the phone. I'll have 3 of those, thanks.
You know what? I went fishing with my dad in the Bay of Islands. We stayed at this place. It was nice. And the guy said to me, hey, how'd you hear about this place? I said, oh, this amazing thing called Google. So we stayed there and he said, oh, we don't get many Aussies here. I said, who comes here? He said, wealthy Americans. Big time wealthy Americans.
Fit in easily.
Obama came and stayed at this place. He rented a different place than the one we had. $14,000 a night he was spending. And the security team that turned up, but he said one guy in particular who was part of a medical device that he helped develop, and he made a lot of money. He came here with the kids. They had choppers on standby just in case they wanted to go somewhere. They had a teacher that flew with them for the kids because they were still at school.
Awesome.
He then got on to Peter Jackson and got him to fly in and recreate some scenes
The guy who made the durries.
from and said, can you introduce cigarettes to my kids? Peter Jackson, they got
Lord
him
of
to
the
come
Rings.
in and create Lord of the Rings scenes for them. So he flew in, Peter Jackson, with some other cast members while they recreated some Lord of the Rings scenes for the kids' entertainment.
Orlando Bloom wouldn't have said yes to that.
I'm just trying to catch a bloody stripey, you know what I
How many
mean?
chateaus did you guys buy?
We only had a little fishing hut.
You guys slept top to tail that trip, didn't
He
you?
was. It was really cute with Dad, and his luggage got lost on the way, so he was
That's
wearing
right.
my clothes. We did a little bit different to Obama.
Yeah.
We weren't spending $14,000 a night. But all that area in the Bay of Islands, owned by billionaires who were just buying up and putting bunkers in there. Beautiful. Have you got a Scottish passport?
No, I've got a British passport.
You got a British one?
Yeah, so I can go anywhere over there. Yeah.
So what does
That's
that...
handy.
Sorry, I don't know. Well, what does that mean?
It just means that you don't have to apply for visas.
You can live and
So I
work
can
there
live and work there without
Okay.
any visas.
Right.
as long as you want.
And does that... a British one doesn't apply for anywhere else in Europe? Or does that give you any
Well-
entitlements to go everywhere around Europe?
When I used it the most was when I was backpacking after school, and at that point, Britain was still part of the European Union, so I didn't have to have any of the visas that friends had to travel through Europe. But now I think, I don't know what the situation is.
Got ya.
so,
Big
yeah.
Johnny called me not long ago because I have a Swiss passport. And he said, mate, it's just... You're going to think I'm crazy and you're going to think that I'm overthinking. But if everything goes to... It's worth considering. Should Lisa have her Swiss passport and the kids? Where's this world going?
Oh my God, you are the Von Trapp.
You might need to pack up and leave. We might need to run.
What are you going to have done that means
but it's
you
not
have
the
to have
problem.
backpacked?
Like John.
It's the idea that, you know, if we come under attack, Sarah, or something happens and this world is ending, we got to have a plan B.
So you're hightailing out of here to Switzerland?
Probably tomorrow.
Mate, it's really sad to see you go.
Hey, well, we're not having a farewell. I haven't announced that I'm leaving.
Well,
Nah,
I
let us
could
drive
put a
you
bit
there.
of a
Haven't you got a German passport?
I could put a bit of a farewell party together for you. I had a couple of mates yesterday that I caught up with.
Do it at my place this afternoon.
Can we talk about UFC? This is not UFC. This is sort of a league underneath the UFC. I don't even know the fighter's name, but this is unbelievable. This guy, unfortunately, his opponent pulled out a couple of months before the match.
Yeah, right.
So he had to go in and he basically had to plead to another guy who I think, Sarah, had retired and put on a fair bit of weight.
Oh, no way.
Can I fight you? Can you drop quite a bit of weight before the fight? This bloke only had 2 months.
Give him a hand. Nobody takes this fight unless it's on short notice. This man cut 80 pounds. I don't get, hey, he cut 80 pounds in 8 weeks, 7 weeks. That's a man right there.
It's a good way to lose weight.
Did he lose a limb?
So what are we talking? That's
Yeah.
about 30 kilograms. The thing is, though, the guy
That's a
lost
lot.
30 kilograms in 7 weeks and got absolutely smashed in the ring.
Liposuction?
That was the guy thanking him for coming in there because the guy just beat him to a pulp.
Love to know how he lost the weight.
So then he got rid of the guy that he's just beaten, right? And he said he continued with the interview and said, look, this is an amazing win by me because there was a few factors against me leading into the fight. Have a listen to this.
Last fight, I was tired. I was exhausted. I'm about to launch this NFT that's going to change the fight game. And I put in 30 all-nighters before that fight. I had herpes before that fight, 2 outbreaks in the span of a week. I'm here. I'm healthy. Let's go. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
2 outbreaks in a week.
Can we hear that again?
I had herpes before that fight, 2 outbreaks in the span of a week.
Wow, not often you get 2 outbreaks in a week.
2 outbreaks in a week.
Still he had the strength to fight.
That is not a training regime that I
No.
want leading into a fight.
Tell you what, on your big night too, I don't reckon you're getting any girls.
Mate, you've been really good with the left hook and the uppercut, but this week we've really got to work on your herpes.
Oh, your coleslaw's been amazing.
Hey, got an update on my wife. You know how I told you she busted a couple of 15-year-olds who started that fire at the Balmain Leagues Club there on Victoria Road.
Great effort.
Got a phone call yesterday. She had to go into the cop station. Mate, she's all over this. She loves it. She was preparing herself. She had videos ready to go. I think she had a folder with all the evidence that she had.
She's a crime fighter.
Yep. She said, oh, look, I only saw the back of their heads, but if you turn them around, I think they would have looked like this. She was right into it.
Oh, God.
I think she needs her own badge.
Okay.
I think she needs to become, I don't know, like my wife,
What are
I
you
know
thinking?
she wants to get back into work at some stage. Could you see BJ as a cop there?
Totally undercover BJ walking the streets of Balmain with a little,
It's not
gun
bad.
in
I
her
think
back.
sort of a female version of dog bounty hunter.
Well, she's,
Oh, yeah.
So when you find out that there's crime, but it's got to be handled the street way.
she's already done 2 citizens' arrests.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is...
The guy with the sauce down the
needs
pants.
to be recognised, doesn't she?
She's so deceptive because she's quite little but then she's strong and
Yep.
she just grabs you in that headlock.
Does she do any martial arts or boxing?
No.
Just Pilates.
No, she can sweep my legs very quickly
Really?
too when I get home a little bit too late from my curfew.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I think I'm in the door and then I'm on the ground.
Gone.
Loves a handcuff.
She's
What?
She is very, very good. So well done to my wife.
Keep us up to speed
Still
with that
haven't
story.
found the 15-year-old. She also she. I think the cop was a bit off her in the end because she goes, "Hey, by the way, I got that vision at the BP there at the petrol station." She said, "If I was you guys, I would go in and get the CCTV vision from the petrol station."
Makes sense.
The guy goes, "Yeah, we've already done that."
Okay.
Don't tell us what to do.
Did she say,
love.
hey, by the way, what's the reward? What's the bounty you got on that kid's head?
Yeah.
Because there should be a little something for me in that.
And as she was leaving the cop station, someone was walking in. She went, "Freeze!"
Oh, just
She was
warming
trying
up.
to get...
Audition.
The Fitzy and Wippa Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.